Hello everybody, and welcome to this match of SADD 2021. We have Azure-Nik, the 3rd seeded team, versus Maul-Rex, the 7th seeded team. And as usual, I'm just going to pull up the bracket real quick so we can see their journey this far. Maul-Rex had their first round match against Dagon and Voidus where they were sent to losers, and we can see in losers bracket they got a bye against Necrod and Zorath before defeating Jiraxxus and Youngouts to get to where they are now. Whereas looking at Azure-Nik, you'll see them... Actually, where will you see them? You'll see them at the top of that chart. In the second round is where they had their first match against Dover Klungo, defeating them 20-14, and then losing by 1 point in a narrow defeat to Ajax and Outwash, which sent them to the losers bracket. So now we have them fighting at the bottom here. Obviously, this is slightly out of date. The Adedra Quigs and Dover Klungo match there at the top was already done to conclusion. Also, before I forget, I'm joined by co-commentator and judge, Xadrian.
Hello, hello. We're here to tackle another one, just the two of us. Strong, independent tournament staff. We don't need no assistant volunteers.
Exactly. So, I'm going to go ahead and jump right into the game. So, I'm assuming that they are mostly ready. So why don't you give us the rundown of the character picks?
Well, we're starting with Master Yude, aka Azure, on the Ayla for the heroes, and they'll be accompanied by their teammate Nik on Luke. Rex and Maul are going to be taking Rex with the Annie, and Maul and the Vader. So, a little variant from the standard setups, but we'll have to see how they play it out.
Yep, and knowing these players, this isn't too surprising. Rex's self-proclaimed best character is the Anakin, and Maul does like a Vader quite a bit. And on the other side, of course, this is what we expect from Nik and Azure as well. So you can go ahead and give them the signal that we are ready to begin. Xadrian, whenever you are ready. Worth noting, I am actually seeing just interesting detail for spectators. Maul and Rex do prefer, it seems, to stay out of voice chat for the match. They are communicating in the text chat.
And it looks like Maul decided to have some accidental fun, getting a little overeager, and he started slapping his teammate. Fortunately, before they called R.
If one of them called R, that technically would have been...
Yeah. I would have said, like, you're going with that.
Yeah. Alright, and now we have the official start of this match.
And a curious thing of mention, before the whole accidental team hit at the very start there, I did happen to actually catch a team conversation between Maul and Rex. They said if they lose this round, they lose. So it seemed like they are very heavily going to be betting on their villain team's performance, or at least they perceive that's where they have to perform. So it'll be interesting to see how they end up taking it.
And we definitely have the standard start that we would expect of the Luke pressuring the Vader, whereas that Vader, that Maul, goes straight for that punish. A great attack.
You saw him. He saw the Ayla lining up that dash, and he just committed. Wasn't no concern, no respect at all to where the Luke was. Like, I see you doing that. I know what you're gonna do, and I'm gonna lead to the punish there. Sure enough, Luke wasn't there to block.
And Nik is going to find a backslash that's going to take out Rex. It looks like Rex did take some damage earlier from that Ayla dash.
Luke versus Vader. I know there's a lot of people who like the matchup one way, and there's a lot of people who like the matchup the other.
Nik looking for a backslash, but Maul waits it out and gets the counterpunch. That is exactly how you want to play against the backslash heavy Lukes, is just try to find that backslash that you can punish and go for it. Oops. So the first round is going to go to
they're at least starting off the first round the way they wanted.
We'll see how the heroes adapt to that coverage from Maul.
And wouldn't it be ironic if their hero side ended up being better than their villain side?
It would definitely be interesting. Although we have conventionally seen this team do best on their villain side.
Risky engage for Vader, but he's somehow being able to stay up through this. Well, Commentator's curse. He is no longer staying up for this. And Rex has a... Actually, that was probably the better choice he could have made there, choosing to dodge back, but he's now caught in the middle of them.
I don't know how I feel about the combo right there in the middle of well, not two CD characters, but two heroes. It's going to be a tough situation to get out of for any character, combo locking yourself there, but he was in a rough situation either way by that point.
Yeah, I did actually end up liking the move when he was moving to the square building in the center. That extra jump to decide, you know what, I'm not going to commit to this, because we saw immediately Azure was going for that aerial, and he ended up getting to dodge that. But staying and sticking around in that area, pressed in, just not sure that's really where you want to be.
Those small buildings are tough for characters to get out of, and it can lead to some quick demises.
We saw Vader getting stuck on the top of one of those, and looks like Nik is able to find Rex.
Targets down Rex with a quick intercept followed by a backslash. Now Maul is left in this 1v2. And Maul's playstyle in these situations is often very kitey, so we may have a long round here unless he gets caught out pretty soon.
No shortage of ramping.
Looking for a backslash again, we can see there, and he is going to be able to get a dash roll off a building, and not a long round at all, as he just efficiently cleans them up. He turns the building into an advantage there, being able to dash attack off it, buy enough time to finish.
2-1.
And that's one thing you could do with Vader, is if the other team is a little bit too slow to counterpunch you, you can actually take out one and then use that itself as bait, where the other teammate's going to attempt to cover it, and then you can counterpunch them again. So it can lead to those nice, like, kind of chained counterpunches.
Punishing the punish. Of course, can it still be called a punish if the punish actually is failing, because there was nothing to punish?
It was an attempted punish. The maneuver was a punish, even if it did not punish.
Ah. You win by technicality. The best kind of correctness.
Definitely
Maul going for a lunge, not quite able to land it.
Oh, and Nik looks like he actually hits a backslash on his own teammate there that's going to stun Azure long enough for Rex to take the kill. But Nik does get a nice hit there. Will he be able to make anything of it? He will not.
That was Nik's chance, because he got that slightly awkward hit on the Maul, but unfortunately Maul was able to recover quick enough, and he wasn't able to secure a kill there. Did Azure accidentally respawn too soon?
Yeah, he did. And his name also is not Azure, so I couldn't swap him using Azure. It's Master Yud in-game. Oh, a little bit of latency for myself there. Looks like everybody else is okay. Can't tell. Just checking people's pings to keep an eye on it. It was funny, actually, when I checked the ping there, it was the two judges that had the high ping, but all the players were fine. And Maul is going to be able to clean that up after, actually, I think Rex gets the hit. So far, Maul-Rex's villain side has been dominant. But it's still very early in the game.
It's, as I bring up every time, and y'all think it's gonna get it old, and why do you bring this up every time? Can you stop saying this? But this is 2v2, where anything can and will happen. We've seen lots of games start off strong and totally flip-flop. As a matter of fact, Nik and Azure's last performance was one of the closest games where we saw exactly that.
And also, we've seen a lot of teams like do extremely well, or like even in one phase, and then just blow up the next phase.
Excellent chase by Nik. And Nik chased him off the edge with a dash attack and chained right into a backslash where he finally caught him and knocked him over.
And Nik is going to find a good backslash read onto Maul there. Or actually, was that just a punish? I didn't catch the full thing.
I didn't see what happened when Maul got the kill on Azure, but it looked like I believe Maul had gone for a punish and missed, I think.
Yeah, so Nik sidestepped that and then counterattacked.
Apparently, Azure is playing on a laptop with an injured spine. Oof.
Oh, and the round's going to start with Maul nulling Rex. As they swap characters, we see Rex switching to the Maul. So commentary is going to get fun. So I'm just going to refer to Maul as Vader.
Which one
for
knocked
now.
them down?
Yeah,
Maul? Maul.
I'm going to refer to Maul
Which
the
one?
player as Vader.
Maul, Maul, Maul.
Alright, so Maul, or I could just refer to them as Rex and Maul. So.
I'm going to refer to it as Rex and Maul. Alright, fine.
Or Rex and Vader.
I think that I like that better. Rex and Vader.
Yeah, no ambiguity possible.
A lot of dancing around.
Yeah, Rex looks
Not
like he's
really
trying to hit the
engaging
tarp
here.
ramp to threaten, but either isn't getting it or is intentionally failing it. Remember, intentionally failing ramps can be both a good tactic to bait something and also a good excuse. Rex and Nik kind of clash a little bit there. Hard to read if any damage occurred or onto whom. Usually Maul gets damage in those interactions, like damage onto the Luke character.
I like that move by Azure, sneaking onto the building and
Beats Rex
Maul
there for a quick
wasn't
attack.
quite ready.
Yeah. And that leaves the
Rex,
Vader to get
excuse
cleaned
me.
up.
And that puts us back to even.
And we see the quick movements of Azure being able to pick up Rex as he tries to jump up to the building. That's one of the things that defined him in those previous matches, were his clean map movement. And it's gotten him a kill just then, so we'll see if it can continue to get him more. Nik threatening this on the building.
That's bold to see a Luke coming around where Maul is just camping and come around with a dash attack. He got damage on him and there wasn't any recomps from Rex. Rex
And
actually
Nik
goes down.
does just get like a backslash null against Rex in a 50-50. I think that's one of the areas Nik is strongest in, is just taking these 50-50s with his backslash, and knowing exactly how to hit those.
Yeah, I like me a good subway tile backslash. I messed it up. I should have said. I didn't say backsplash.
And
Why is it that you're always able to infect my language?
And he does catch.
He wasn't able to get away.
Yeah, as they're playing very smart there, he reads the direction that Maul wants to go for the dash roll and dashes in that direction so that Ayla's able to clean it up. Very good coverage from Azure there.
Vader had the good play getting the knock in, the finish on Luke, but unfortunately, there just wasn't quite enough room. If he'd had maybe a little bit more, he'd gotten a little bit more momentum. Maybe he caught a dash roll. He might have had enough time to get out of range, but not this time.
I'll call for a pause.
Yep.
Oh, I'm just gonna ask them both to re-R.
Yeah, because that was a little awkward.
Yep. Alright, so we just have a quick pause requested from one of the teams, and I'm going to oblige them. I don't want any just weird interactions going on. So we're between rounds right now. Yeah, I was gonna say let's get things rolling again.
All right.
Nik has returned, and we're ready to continue the game.
The R's are out, and so are the contestants. Maybe not quite making it up. Maybe he was just looking for chip damage there.
Azure and Nik took last round, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Score is 3-4.
Oh, Rex does find
Nik
a hit.
got.
Intercepted.
I didn't actually see what attack he hit him with.
Yeah, Nik was descending down that building, and Rex rose up the ramp with a Anakin dash attack and was able to catch him.
I'm a bit surprised that he didn't recover on the tumble, Nik there. Usually when you get hit from that high up, you sometimes have a better chance of actually being able to get up, but I guess he was still stuck in the
right
tumbling.
height.
Yeah.
Where
Like,
he hit the ground in time to avoid the auto tumble. And we have both players kind of patiently waiting here. One of them
you have
will
Maul
end up,
styling on people.
yep, doing forbidden tech there.
There was a point in time where I remembered how to do that, but I haven't done it in so long. I have momentarily forgotten.
You essentially you slow run and then you crouch while slow running, basically, and it toggles it on.
Thought I had something to do with crouch, but I couldn't quite remember.
Oh, that's risky, but
Oh,
Maul not being able to respond in time. We get a clash, but no knockdown. Maul's anti-fall
That's a very
and Azur's hits slightly not aligning there.
atypical clash. Like, out of all the matches to go into, Ayla's and Maul's are probably some of the most deadly. GG's can be quite ferocious, but just,
Threatening the lip of this building with fake aerials.
as Azure loves to do. I think that one was pretty real, though.
Yeah, Maul's almost certainly at just the right amount of hits to die to an aerial, but that's something that can also be used to bait as well. You know, he can punish those aerials, even though he was a little too slow last time. It's very doable. Aerials have extraordinarily short end lag, though, so can be hard to do sometimes.
I like that approach by Azure, but not able to find anything there.
This one's a little bit riskier.
And then we see another good fake aerial getting more damage on Maul. He can't possibly have more than maybe...
I don't actually know if that one connected. It looked like the aerial itself went slightly over Maul. On my screen.
I saw a hit connect on my screen, but perhaps not.
A good use of the moisture evaporator ramp there. I like to call the will ramp. Not able to find the hit, but does get off the building to safety. Maul is trying to very defensively kind of just stay on this building. I almost prefer to give up that building, though, and look for more, like, counter punches off, because the Ayla obviously can dash roll off that to safety, but so can the Vader, so it tends to help both.
A nice taunting move that Azure reflexively responds to.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the first times that actually you could say that there was some strategic use, and now Azure playfully taunting back.
And Maul dodging into it, with both players deciding to saber throw back at each other.
If
And
it wasn't for
unsafe
Azure
perch.
going in for that strike, I haven't really seen anything that seemed like it was particularly worth calling stalling. But if they just sat there spamming right clicks, I think I might have said something about that there.
I think my approach to stalling is usually I'll let it go for like a few minutes even before I decide to say, like, okay, this specific situation is getting out of hand. Like, that was far from it in my mind. They were just kind of taunting each other, feeling each other out, seeing which one's going to give first. But if both don't budge for an eternity, that's when we have to start saying stuff like that.
Certainly the most playful saber throwing I think we've seen out of any match yet. And the score is 4-4, but I did not update the score on my little sheet of paper. There we go.
And we see Nik continuing to do his best to threaten Maul here. Whereas Rex has gone back to Anakin. He seems to be flip-flopping between the characters he wants. Manages to weasel his way out of that situation, only to get That was like some Final Destination stuff there. Like, Rex avoided every instance of death
Yeah.
only to get out and then immediately get intercepted.
Why is it so laggy, he says. I don't have an answer for you, my friend.
Well, he's a European Slayer? A European player.
The European Slayer.
If he fights Ajax in battle, there will be
He'll rip and swear until it is done. Nik going a little aggressive, and Rex is able to knock him down, but unfortunately, Vader gets taken out, and Rex doesn't have the support he needs to finish that kill, and they both get taken out.
So that's gonna lead this, you know, they started off kind of slow, but they managed to bring it back quite a bit.
I can't. This is... Rex has something to say, and he's taking it by syllablic.
I imagine it's mostly about the lag. He tends to talk about it a fair amount in most servers, so. But it is a tough situation to play in, you know, the overseas ping can lead to a lot of desync issues that make things really hard for the players. We don't have Azure spawning in just yet, so.
Having difficulties.
Azure playing in not the best health, it would seem. But he's still playing well regardless.
Back snapped in half. I am unsure the full validity of that, but evidently spine issues are indeed a problem.
Hope he feels better soon.
Certainly. We may be Sith, but we don't wish ill upon our compatriots. What an interaction!
And Nik is gonna finish the enemy off though. Rex finds a good CD.
No. Nik is gonna finish his own teammate off.
Yeah, sorry, that's what I meant. I didn't specify. And Maul strikes back with a quick dash attack onto that building, covering that jump. We see that a lot from these players and others. Oops, there we go.
Interesting that in the team chat, Maul and Rex have been discussing their change in strategy, and Rex wanted Maul to be more active as the Vader, and he would follow in with a CD behind, and it looks like that is working out well for them.
Oh, but the Ayla has a chance here. Anti follows the Anakin dash attack, and we're left in a 1v1 situation. In that situation where the Ayla is finishing off his teammate, ideally Rex wants to go for a backslash, but in his ping situations it can be hard, so going for a dash attack there is possibly one of the better options he had. Maybe he wanted to curve that dash more in hopes of knocking down the opponent. I don't know, I think even with higher ping, you probably just want to chance it and go for the proper, not proper, but secured attack there, where it will knock him down. But that said, I probably would have done something similar in Rex's shoes just because I'm not confident in my own backslashes.
Now we enter one of the closest relatives to one of the least entertaining matchups of all time, which is a CD character in Ayla versus a CD character in Annie, only rivaled by Annie OB Mir.
That fake aerial is going to act as a good bait, but while in the air, Azure isn't able to make anything concrete happen out of it because Rex does bail off the building.
And we have returned to Saber Throw taunting.
One of the strongest tactics we've seen employed in this match so far.
It was enough to force Azure to abandon a roof after all, despite dealing no damage. The psychological ploys are real.
Rex unaffected by the psychological tactic, willing to tank the 0 damage saber throw. Attempts to go for a mid-air hit, not able to find it. Rex attempts to follow suit, but also not quite finding the hit.
Good attempt, I think, on Azure's part to try and land that dash attack, but unfortunately not able to quite hit the midair, not making anything connect.
Azure seeks immunity from the possible aerial hit in his own CD there. Probably a good defensive play.
Maul advising Rex to take it slow and be patient. Just a little bit ago, and I think he's taking that advice to heart.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I think there has to be a balance here of patience, but not too patient. And I think Rex is showing a good balance. Like, he is still going for attacks, but he's being very cautious not to throw out ones that are too unsafe here. Eyes are going on the aggressive. Looking for an aerial there. I think because of the fact that Danny had CD, that was possibly risky, but it's also a very good call out for if they're not ready or paying attention. So, you know, it has its up and downs like most attacks. Ooh, interesting interaction there. And that bait, Azure uses the moisture evaporator in order to bait Rex to try to like go for something, and not able to quite get it.
Not able to turn anything around from that engagement. Ayla has fairly close, probably had CD at that angle, and let alone it's an Ayla dash. No room to get away from it either. Well played.
I always love it when like those patient matches explode into a very decisive round. Keep an eye on Maul here. He's been looking for these quick attacks onto people's movement. I expect we will see more of it. Opts for a defensive option there. We have two little 1v1 situations before Azure-Nik reunite, and Rex and Maul do the same. Both teams have been doing pretty well staying together.
Much more defensive play from both these teams than we've seen previously, especially on Nik and Azure's part.
A lot of respect for their opponents, and Nik is going to get the stun into the backslash, the classic Luke, I don't want to use the word combo, but
if you're fast enough, it's a combo.
Yeah. Well, we already used combo for combo. And Azure is going to end up taking that round, finishing off Rex there after Nik got a solid hit.
Alright, how about a chain? The signature Luke chain.
That's a good word. Otherwise, you could use the abbreviations for dash attack and BS to call it dabs. So Nik dabs on you.
Well, 5-8 now with a favor in Nik and Azure. Rex and Maul's fears that a poor turnout on the villain side might be coming true here.
I think their fear was that if they can't lead here, they're going to have a hard time on heroes, but we'll see. I think we've seen Maul do really well on Ayla before.
But the psychological way to that, though, if they feel like their chance to win is a good performance on villains, who knows how that'll affect them on heroes? We'll just have to see.
Nik is hunting for an intercept on Rex there, who's focused on retreating. Fake aerial is going to get him that building. Nik goes for some damage and gets it, followed by an intercept. Not able to jump out quick enough there from Rex just because of the stuns.
And then there was one. All left alone on Vader versus an Ayla and a Luke. Not ideal.
These are two very good attacking players as well, so Maul is very good at separating people, but Azure is also really good at attacking people.
Not quite able to get away. It brings us to 5-9. It's safe to say that the pressure has been on for a little while now on Maul and Rex, but I really feel like this is going to start reaching the breaking point.
Yeah, it really is in that critical situation where if Rex and Maul feel like this is their better phase, they're fighting an uphill battle here. It was very much close, and even in their favor at the beginning, but Azure and Nik have shown solid adaptation. I think part of that has been Nik looking for intercepts a lot, and Azure being a little bit harder to counterpunch. Oh, and the landing aerial from Rex after that ascending dash attack. But
Oh,
Azure
please
gets
tell me.
both.
Wow, what a
single
play.
dash is going to clean up both enemies, and that's going to lead to the end of this phase, 10-5.
Intermission.
Yep, so that is the end of the phase. I'm going to go ahead and switch the names real quick here. Alright, and we're not going to go anywhere because we're just going to wait on character picks, so... oh no.
And we can... Oh no?
I'm just saying, like, I don't know the, what we're going to see from them this upcoming round.
You said, dunno. I thought you said, oh no. And I was like, uh-oh, what do I need to be worried about here?
Nothing too crazy. Just waiting on character picks from the...
Oh yeah, I'm not a mod.
Maul-Rex.
I can't update the face. The mainstream I'm on, I'm so used to being one of the moderators, and I've been basically handing like all the commands. So I just I'd seen the command you'd use to set the phases in Twitch, and I just reflexively started going into it. And I'm like, wait a minute, I'm a mod. I can't do squad.
I think there's a problem with that bot right now where people who are not moderators can't call the command, so it's kind of not functioning. But I'll set it anyway.
I could fix that. All you gotta do is go into using stream elements, Streamlabs.
Yeah, I don't even run the bot. It's somebody else's, so I'll have to just hit them up to...
Yeah, all you gotta do is change the permission on the command so that you should be able to, for just the people doing the command, you should be able to do that just on your Twitch page. Just go to the commands and change it such that it doesn't require any permissions.
Okay.
Instead of being mod only.
I'm sure we can figure that out another day. So we have all picks from players. I'm just going to let them know that they can spawn in. And we are going to have Maul on Ayla, Rex on Obi. And then we will have Azure on Maul and Nik on Vader. So that is the meta picks for the most part. You know, Maul Vader versus Ayla Obi. And then you often will see like either Annie on the villains or Luke on the heroes, but let me go ahead and switch to the in-game screen once again, and we're just going to jump right into the next phase. So I just let them know that they can begin when both teams are. The villains are ready. And we don't quite have Maul present. It should be on Ayla, but...
Ah, there we are.
Alright, and we're off. Let me reset the scores.
Maul and Rex deciding that they want to chill on the dome.
Nik looking for some aggressive movement there. Threatening Rex.
He's a little caught in the middle, and Maul's, well, he got out.
Yeah, we'll have to be careful though, because that kind of aggressive movement does leave one open to intercepts, and Rex on the Anakin is a character that can look for that. Ooh, and a great
Speaking of
aerial.
getting caught in the middle of that, Maul getting taken out by Azure on Maul.
He just descends with this aerial out of nowhere, and I'm sure that Maul had no idea where that was coming from. And Rex does kind of lead himself into this good 1v2 situation, but Azure has good enough coverage to clean that up.
I like the idea that he had going instead of for a traditional finish to get sort of, I know you're gonna dash me, and I'm gonna read that. I'm gonna mix you up. Just wasn't quite able to choose the right way to finish the Vader, and he didn't quite have a response for them all.
So for anybody who's just now joining us or didn't catch the end of the last phase, it was 10-5 in favor of Azure and Nik. And Azure's going to quickly clean up Rex on that tarp, moving on to Maul's Ayla. Both of them are threatening him on the Cantina Dome.
Nik missing his dash attack, and that gives Maul all the time he needs, but unfortunately, his teammate was there to cover for him. Azure taking out Maul, bringing yet another point home.
And, you know, that's a situation where if Maul had done a dash roll after his finish to get off the Cantina Dome, he could have probably lived to fight another day. But I don't know if he just thought that he had enough time, or if he wasn't aware Azure was incoming.
Or maybe being a Scrooge with stamina.
Could be that. Nik really likes to apply a lot of high pressure here.
He does. I'm not sure I like the way he's trying to do it though.
If he can find a hit, it'll be very effective, but he did manage to get taken out by Maul earlier, and wow, just a 1-2 punch from either teammate is going to leave Azure in the ground.
And we're in the 1v2 with Nik on Vader facing down an Ayla and an Obi. Not a terrible fight if they stay divided. We're facing two CDs when they're able to support each other is a nasty endeavor.
We see them supporting each other pretty well. Rex, good ramp knowledge going for the tarp there after the Vader does attack, and Maul's riposte
Looks like
on
Nik
the Ayla.
falls into riposte.
Yeah. Putting the heroes on the board. With the last phase round being 10-5 in favor of Azure-Nik, the villains only need to get to 6 in order to win the match. Nik's still looking for some aggressive play, or perhaps just baiting. That one was a little bit more defensively kind of aborted.
Yeah, this feels a lot more subdued than what he was doing a little earlier.
And he finds the hit,
I take back everything I said about being subdued. He's going for assassinations here.
I mean, he baits out the Ayla and then manages to slip past the Ayla to hit the Obi, and he's looking for it again.
He almost got her again.
I think he ran out of stamina a little bit there.
Even Rex and saying, wish my hits would do that. I think I could agree.
I wish all my hits would do that, just immediately snipe the enemy. And he stayed enough on the Cantina Dome to get the finish too. I think that was the most impressive part. He just wasn't afraid of the Ayla. Speaking of not afraid of the Ayla.
I mean, the Ayla was right there, so like absolutely no fear. No respect for the space either.
As they're going for an aerial. Maul on this Ayla being able to get away a little ways. Resetting to a little bit more favorable terrain.
I like the idea of dragging this fight over into this this territory rather than... Alright, I know you're familiar with all these ramps over here, but how do you play over here?
Oop, the Vader pursuing. Maul's quick to follow. And Maul and the Ayla, he does manage to... Oh, that should have been a much faster. I don't know if he was trying to bait the roll and Nik just called him out on it, but...
I think that's the case.
Yeah, it looked like Maul was trying to get a roll there. And Azure-Nik get another point. It looked like, honestly, I think Maul outplayed Nik there. He dodged that attack, but just didn't follow it up.
I think you might have been better off just going for a combo and using the coverage that has to fill the space, because doing the dash attack up against the side of the upper lip of the building, he didn't really get the movement he needed to make sure that...
Cover the roll as well.
Yeah, and... Like, Nik was just a little too far to the side in the end. He just didn't have the range to do it. If he comboed, he would have been able to control for that and probably keep him close.
Yeah, whether it's a combo or a dash attack there, he just had to do something, I think. And it's just unfortunate that, you know, he passed that up trying to think maybe he was going to get the roll, but Azure
Oh, that's just not
on
what you
fire right
wanted to
now.
see. Rex got cut out early. Wow, just not what you want to see out of the fight.
Yeah, I think Rex, it looks to me like he's trying to position aggressively and kind of like into the opponent's space sometimes, or like his retreats are a little bit not aware enough, and it's a little bit too risky for the level of ping he has. He can't always react in time to his opponent's invading his space, and that's why I think we're seeing him get intercepted a lot. Is like he just actually physically cannot react in time, so he needs to be a little bit more passive here and willing to like throw out these attacks if he thinks that his opponent is going to enter his space, like almost a predictive defense in a way. It's very hard to do, but we see him do it right there, seeing the Vader come up the building, and Maul is going to aerial the Vader to death.
And not quite sure Azure was really intending for that to happen, but a convenient hit on Maul is not going to say no.
Rex almost pursues him enough to get that final hit, so now... Yeah, he says, I hit you, but... You know, it was just out of range as you're being able to escape that.
Close only counts in horseshoes, hand grenades, and atomic bombs. And unfortunately for them, this is none of those three.
And he covers himself with a good backslash in time, so solid work from Rex.
They're still in it. They haven't lost yet, but they've got to win every single point from here on out if they want to be able to get a win out of this. They don't have a lot of opportunities. Rex and Maul have got to really clutch it hard. One more point and all they can do is tie.
Even the tie means that they're in the game, though, so really, you know, we're in this situation where the heroes are living on 2 lives, and they take out Azure.
They got a good hit.
Rex playing a little too predictably, hits down his teammate and then kills him.
You know, he's gotta be beating himself up on that one.
Yeah, and Rex is a player that can tilt sometimes, so between the lag and that. Oh, but
he gets the hit on Nick.
Maybe he should play tilted more.
Not able to follow up.
That was a great hit.
He got me excited. Nice try by Nick. Rex not able to punish. Now they're sort of dancing around.
So we know that the Vader has taken 800 damage, so he's definitely not within range of death of something like an aerial or like a combo 1. So Ayla's still very much looking for a dash attack or anything to knock down the Vader at this point. That was not going to be
not like
it, though.
that.
I almost think it would have been safer just to stay there and hope for the riposte.
I think that's right.
But a valiant effort from Rex there.
Sometimes it can be tricky if the Vader's really patient. They have the space and the stamina in a 1v1. If they're not presenting themselves an opportunity, it can be hard to be patient enough to wait for the good moment to catch them yourself. Unfortunately, not enough discipline in that situation to try and wait it out enough, play around it.
Yeah, one side definitely did not say R. Rex looking for an aerial intercept there, not quite finding it, but good attempt at coverage from Rex there. Honestly, I think that's probably the most he could have done. They let him up, though.
Interesting.
Are they playing with their food?
I believe they are indeed enjoying the taste of the food.
And they are going to finish that off there. So that is going to be the match point. Azure and Nik take the victory. But we're going to see it. Yeah, definitely getting into Rex's head even more there, I think.
Well, Rex, it could be over if y'all decided not to, but
Alright, there we go. Rex willing to play it out, saying it's not over until the score is concluded, wanting to try to get as many points as possible, and Maul's going to find a hit, and Rex...
oh, his teammate saved him.
Yeah, I saw that too. He
Rex nearly had
managed,
a heartbreak.
I think, missing a combo hit there, not quite connecting well enough.
Yeah, I think that's what happened. I think he walked a little too far forward and it didn't connect, but fortunately for Rex, Maul was there to clean up the trash.
It's nice to see, Maul and Rex kind of playing around each other as teammates a lot. Like, where one is deficient, the other is trying to cover a lot, and it has helped save them from dropping a lot of points, both in this match and others in the tournament. We've seen matches where one of them has dropped something, or like cleaning up intercepts and things like that. And speaking of intercepts, Rex does get a quick dash attack onto Azure. And a good ramp. Like, his ramp knowledge is solid, managing to flank Nik there.
And again, good coverage from the teammates. If only they'd had this a little earlier, we might be seeing a different kind of game.
Yeah, and, I actually, that's something you could even do intentionally as the Obi there, is just dash attack, and even if it's unsafe, going into the corner. And if you trust your teammate to cover you, it's just going to be a solid tactic, because you could like throw your life as if it's a bait or a sacrifice to take the round.
Like, can you afford not to punish me? But
Yeah.
if you do,
and we do see Azure going Grievous. Perhaps this is something he wants to practice, or just play. Who knows? I hear force pushing. I need to. I don't know who's doing that. If you see them, let me know.
I did not have an angle to see
Rex.
who did it.
Azure going aggressive, anti-falling, and he does find the follow-up hit. He can dash there with CD. Solid finish with the Grievous. Both players trying to go for the same aerial, pretty much.
You always love seeing it. That moment when both the players are like, I got a great idea. And they simultaneously try. Oh!
That's why you
That
don't want to save
could
a
have
throw.
been close. I think if Azure had been maybe a little bit faster on the draw, that would have been the end of the round.
It looks like he did possibly hit that. It was just a matter of anti-fall there from Rex.
I think so. I think you're right. I think he only got hit by maybe one or two frames of the attack.
Azure has learned, now he's running into the Saber as the counterplay. So now you have to for Rex to adapt, he has to throw it off the building. It's like playing fetch.
It's like marking for death, except the one who gets marked is the one who kills the other. And some friendly teabagging.
And Azure's swap to the Grievous is going to get him that round. Oh, hang on. I caught it before the switch this time. If they want to throw around to swap characters, they can just both despawn at the start of the round, if they wish.
I was unfortunately on the wrong camera to have seen it. I was currently on Maul's camera looking at the sky.
Looks looks like Azure wants to switch characters, so he's letting Nik 1v2, but Nik wants to take the round, so he's 1v2ing. Oh, I lied. Azure's actually down here to play. Oh, but he's taken out anyway, so.
Yep, Maul deciding that he's going to return some casual, friendly teabagging.
Alright, now they can swap if they want, and they go Emperor Grievous. It looks like Nik wants to take his hand at the Grievous, and so Azure goes with the Emperor.
Always warms my heart to see a fellow amp out there. Even
I
if
don't know how long you'll be seeing them for.
Unfortunately, I unfortunately only tend to see them after the matches have already been decided. It's just so
yeah, it's
unusual.
weird.
His
Don't know why that
strategic
is.
value is to win the match, not after. Rex getting a good hit. I think he jumped out with an aerial on the Grievous there. Did he get the one hit? I'm not sure if he had damage on him prior to that.
Yeah, no, he would have had to have damage prior. The OB aerial cannot one-hit a Grievous at full health.
Yeah,
So
that's what I was saying. Like, it looked like I thought he got hit by the aerial. I thought maybe he got the one hit, or even is he still able to one hit Grievous? If he lands it perfectly, or is he still not able to do that even then?
And both pursue him with the aerials, able to take him out. Brings the score 6-7 right now on Heroes, with the villains in the lead.
Rex declining the interview, as is his right.
Yep.
I wonder just how depressed GG players get when they're like, all right, I'm chasing you down onto the ground. Everyone jumps back up to the roof again.
It's like,
We just got you down there. Could you keep it down here for like 10 minutes?
Rex has a good play there, actually managing to dash attack through the Grievous, stunning him enough for the Maul, or for Maul on the Ayla to get the kill. Evens up the score 7-7. And we have the swap to Anakin now. Azure just cycling through his characters. I think this is the only team with 2 Grievous players on it.
I believe you are correct. Actually, yeah, that's correct.
Oh, is he going to be able to finish? He's not.
Oh, heartbreak.
Decides to bail, recognizing he's probably too late. So we have Maul versus
And now
Azure.
as they take their positions and promptly abandon them.
Maul
Interesting.
possibly wanting to go to the arena, as he types in the chat. This is going to be an old-fashioned duel, it would seem.
Scout's honor here. There's no rules.
It would be great if Azure just like descended from the top of the arena and dash attacked him.
No,
they're
he's being a gentleman.
They're properly dueling. Oh well, that's not quite duel etiquette, but you know.
Properly dueling? Question mark.
You know, that's fine. That's tournament legal. This is a full map tournament. We're not going to judge him.
I like Azure's response to it. I will be a gentleman. I will fight you in the arena. My own way.
Yep. It's like, I will respect this, but on my own terms.
You choose a location, I choose the game.
There's a drug deal going down.
Wanna buy some death sticks? Just a handful of death sticks will be enough to sate you for the rest of your life.
I don't know if that's true, otherwise they wouldn't have a sustainable business plan.
I mean, I'm pretty sure if you overdose on enough of them, it'll still kill you. Actually, I'm not sure specifically about the lethality of a fictional drug at the moment, so I'll have to look
Yeah,
that up.
we need to know the LD50 of the death sticks. Oh, and is
Ooh,
gonna
he
catch
got the
the
knockdown.
mechanical descent there. I'm just gonna give him a warning for juggling. Main reason juggling is illegal is mainly delay of game, but it's also just the degree to which. I don't know. I've always opposed juggling as far
It's
as the community and
unnecessary
everything goes.
disrespect. It's one thing if you get juggled because you're trying to like make sure the kill happens. That's one thing, but your purpose isn't to launch them in that
Right.
case.
And it's not even like disrespect, you know, taunting, form of teabag. Not a huge deal. We allow that. It's perfectly fine. Even taunts in chat to a degree. But the fact is that that is a taunt that also delays game and is just
It's unnecessary.
unnecessarily BM, yeah. Outlaw saying in chat
As you're
that
quick on the spawn button, killing himself once more.
he's trying to rack up the death stat, you know.
Ah, but suicide is never the answer.
Unless you spawn in
Having your
illegally, in
teammate
which case it
killed.
is.
What tends to happen with that more is it's a race to kill yourself before the gods smite you.
True. He's been beating me today, though. Partially because of one of the times I caught him, I typed in his name incorrectly. And Nick's going to be able to
tricky.
get the final kill of this match.
Final score 20-12 in favor of Nick and Azure.
Indeed. So I'm going to go ahead and real quickly just pull up the bracket. And
Well
whenever
played.
they're ready. Yep, final score you said was what? 20 to 12?
20-12.
Ah, a classic scoreline. So we have
It would
20
have
to
been
12
better if
in
it was.
favor of Azure-Nik.
It could have been more traditional if it was 2004. When we have the birth of a truly amazing game that is in fact Star Wars Battlefront 2
I thought it came
classic.
out in 2005.
I'm pretty sure it was 2004.
We're just waiting
That's
on
in
them to
2005.
join the Discord, and I'll pull them for the interview in just a moment. It looks like they're in.
Indeed, 2005 in November.
All right, I'm pulling them now.
Oh, I got moved.
Yep.
Congratulations, welcome, welcome.
Hello.
I feel welcome.
All right, good game.
On it.
20 to 12 in your favor. What are your impressions coming off that? Are you satisfied with the results, or are you?
Yeah, I mean, we gave him a couple more points, make him feel happy. You know,
So Nick, I saw you
Um,
two kind of both juggling the picks a little bit. Whether you wanted to go with like the Grievous at the end and everything.
Yeah,
Is part of your mindset here to practice the Grievous in some ways, or is it just kind of like, hey, I felt like playing it?
Yeah, honestly, it was just like I felt like playing Grievous, just because. I mean, he is my favorite after all. You know, I mean,
Interesting.
Vader. Yeah, he's my favorite. Vader is like probably more practical. for
Favorite
2v2s,
villain or just
but-
all around favorite?
Favorite villain. Mundi's my favorite character all around, but
Okay.
Grievous is my favorite villain. So yeah, I just figured I'd throw him out there just for funsies.
Got it.
we originally were gonna forfeit because I like sprained my spine or something while working, and like I was laying in bed for 2 hours and I couldn't move. Like it was so bad.
Oh god.
So I called up Nick on the phone. I'm like, bro, I can't get up. He was like, press the button for the old people. You fall and you can't get
Life
up.
alert.
And I was
You
like,
need life alert.
I need life alert right now. So the plan was I like reached over, pulled my laptop onto my lap, grabbed a notebook and my mouse, and just like got on the game, laying down in my bed.
Hey,
So
I mean,
Well,
I played that whole game while laying down.
impressive. You pulled it off pretty well.
Dedication.
Dedication. I was not gonna forfeit.
Glad to
I
hear
need
that you
that
didn't
money.
forfeit
I
it,
need
yeah.
that cash pot.
Yeah, no kidding. It's all gonna go straight into chiropractor.
Dude, yes, it is. I'm gonna need a doctor.
It'll probably get you like one chiropractor visit.
I'm not sure
Probably.
it'll get you one chiropractor visit unless you have a really good insurance.
Yeah, that's true. I guess since I asked Nick, I'm curious now. Azure, what are your favorite characters to play on both sides?
Ayla and Maul, just
Ayla.
because it's the meta. But if I had the choice, it would probably be I don't know, Amp and Yoda.
And Pinota?
I
Pinota.
like it.
Classic.
I like
sure.
hearing that there's another person out there who likes playing Imp.
Oh,
was
I love
really
Imp.
very happy to see him show up.
All right, you two are gonna move onward and fight against Dover and Klungo. It's not updated in the bracket on the stream right now, but they did beat Xadrian and Quiggs. So, how are both of you feeling going into that match?
I'm feeling good. I mean, you know, we played them before, so we have a little bit of experience. Kind of know what to expect. I mean, it'll be tough because Dover and Klungo are very good, but I'm looking forward to it.
Depends how fast I heal my spine.
Yeah, you better get yourself to like a doctor.
Which,
Yeah,
on that
I'm
note, get
hoping
well
nothing's-
soon because
yeah,
holy
hoping nothing
cow, I
serious
didn't know
happened.
about this.
But yeah,
Do
it'll
you
be fun.
do you think that there's even a possibility that Grievous could make a guest appearance in your next match?
Probably.
Unlikely.
That depends though. If
Two
Klungo
very
goes
different
Ayla,
answers.
like we're swapping off. Because Klungo's Ayla is annoying. Like
Well,
when
that's the
Klungo,
thing,
when
it's-
Klungo doesn't want to lose, it's just hell.
If
Yeah,
you don't,
it's
sorry, go on.
no. I was just gonna say if the Ayla is too rough for Grievous, I'm gonna have to switch. But he might show up a little bit. He might make a guest appearance,
Might make a guest appearance.
a cameo.
You
Yeah.
don't have to reveal your strategies, but is it a specific character counter pick that you're thinking about, or is it just more?
Well, it's just swapping to Vader because of the Ayla. When Ayla is giving my Grievous a hard time,
Oh,
I like to
interesting.
be
So
able to.
you use
Yeah.
it defensively, kind of.
Yeah. So that's probably what's gonna happen.
Yeah, Vader Maul seems to be the way.
Mm-hmm.
Klungo
Well-
is one of these older players that's kind of returning, right? So, you've definitely played with him a fair bit yourselves outside of the tournament, I would assume. Is he one of those
Yeah.
people that doesn't do well against the Grievous? Because I know that's sometimes a thing for older players, or does he tend to do perfectly fine with it?
He does too well.
Oh, great.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, to be fair, like in the practice scrims, he likes to play like more mid-tier characters. But when he wants to play, you know, like an Ayla, then it's rough playing Grievous against him.
Yeah, he's one of those people with solid mechanical accuracy, and
Oh,
Dover's,
yeah.
Dover's been showing up recently too with his OB as well.
Yeah,
That he has.
All
it's
right.
gonna be tough.
Yeah, it's good to see Dover. Like he hasn't been active before the tournament. Now he's like, talking in the voice chats and stuff. Coming
Yeah.
for the interviews.
I know that he said he was rooting for both of you to win this because he wanted revenge.
He's gonna get it now.
He's gonna get his chance.
Vengeance will be his, saith the Dover.
All right, thank you both. Xadrian, do you have any questions? Sorry.
Not so much of a question, because I'm only gonna get the answer even if I bother to ask it when y'all get into your next matchup with Dover and Klungo. Who do you think will win? We'll only find out when we find out.
I mean,
Well.
shamelessly gonna root for our team for this one.
Yeah, we want that money. We want
that's a
that first
surprise.
place
I was
money.
expecting y'all to root for them.
Oh wait, we're going up against William Jamin. We're gonna steal this whole match. You see,
I'm looking
Like,
forward
I'm
to
not
seeing that.
holding back.
I'd love to see that because to be able to cast any one of those games, especially an upset like that, whew, that would be exciting.
Oh yeah.
Just look forward to
Return
it.
of the fake aerial mall. Never before seen.
Yeah, you hit a few of those like aerials that just like descended from. I imagine from their perspective, it probably just felt like you came from the heavens above them and just like.
For sure.
Azure-Nik, thanks for joining us. I'm gonna go ahead and move you out.
All right, cool. Thanks.
for having us.
GG's.
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 All right, and with that, that'll be the end of this match. Thank you all for joining us. There is going to be a bit of a delay before we end up scheduling our next match. I have a pretty significant exam I have to study for, so it'll be about 10 days at minimum before we see the next tournament match. Well, at least by my own scheduling. I'll see if I can work something out where maybe others can schedule it independently, and if Xadrian's around, he can get them going. But if those matches do occur, they probably won't be streamed, so at the very least, I'm going to try to avoid having losers finals and winners, and rather grand finals, in that interim period. So in the meantime, we'll see you all later.
Farewell, everyone.